Tyson Fury is coming out of retirement again, and if we're all being completely honest, I don't think anyone's really surprised, but it seems that Usyk vs Fury 3, the trilogy, has been all but officially announced for the 18th of April in Wembley Stadium. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not that excited by the idea of an Usyk vs Fury trilogy. I'd much rather Tyson Fury come out of retirement for someone like Daniel Dubois or Anthony Joshua, someone who we haven't seen him against before. And I'll go into more detail about that in this video. So yes, in case you somehow missed it, a few days ago, Turki Al-Sheikh tweeted saying that he'd spoken to Tyson Fury and that he will be returning on next year's Riyadh season, and he stated that he has a rabbit to catch, which is teasing that Oleksandr Usyk fight, as Tyson Fury would refer to him as a rabbit during the build-up for those two fights. Then later on, Tyson Fury put out a post on his Instagram saying that the Usyk vs Fury trilogy would take place on the 18th of April at Wembley Stadium. Now, don't get me wrong, I completely understand why this angle would be taken. The first two fights were two of the best fights of last year. They were very competitive, and Tyson Fury will have that chip on his shoulder about losing the first two and wanting revenge. But in my opinion, those were two very competitive, close fights with a clear winner. And at this stage in Tyson Fury's career, I'm not sure what else he could possibly learn to help him beat Oleksandr Usyk if he couldn't do it the first two times. He tried coming in lighter, he tried coming in heavier, neither of which worked. They were two very tentative performances from Tyson Fury, where he couldn't quite commit to an offensive game plan, and Usyk was able to take advantage of that and do the job. So yes, I completely understand why they would do this, but for me, I just don't think it makes that much sense, and I think there are way better options out there. And here's the thing as well, Oleksandr Usyk still needs to get past Daniel Dubois in the next couple weeks. So I do think it is quite an interesting decision to try and put this fight together before that's even happened, because historically we've seen in boxing, when you try and set a boxer up with an opponent before they're competing against someone else, it can very easily go wrong. We've lost the Joshua versus Wilder fight as a result. We've pretty much lost Haney Garcia too because of it, and there'll be a bunch of other examples that I just can't think of right now. So in terms of who else Tyson could fight that I think would be more interesting, let's say on the 19th of July, things don't go so well for Oleksandr Usyk, and Daniel Dubois manages to become the undisputed champion. I think that could be a great fight. As I said in my last video, Daniel Dubois is young, he's hungry, he's entering his prime, and if he's got the undisputed championship, it seems like a no-brainer fight for Tyson Fury, who has a lot of experience in his career, competing against big, strong heavyweights like Wilder, Chisora, Dillian Whyte, who he can outpoint, use his jab, move around the ring, and outmaneuver them. Which is why he struggled against Oleksandr Usyk, who was so light on his feet, and then throwing fast, sharp combinations consistently. We've seen Tyson Fury have the best success with big heavyweights who like to throw the knockout punch. So I think a fight with Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois would be quite good. You'd see Tyson Fury trying to outmove Daniel Dubois, throw the jab on the back foot, throw the 1-2, change the angle, outwork him in the clinch, outmuscle him, and then you'd see Daniel Dubois chasing down Tyson Fury, throwing everything he's got, and possibly landing a big shot. I guess the big risk for Tyson Fury is the age difference. As I said in my last video, Daniel Dubois is entering his prime, he's very young, he will be much faster, and Dubois has one of the better jabs in the heavyweight division right now. So we just have to see, at 36 years old, how slick can Tyson Fury be with his head movement, with his defense, and with his counterattacks after 24 rounds with Usyk. So I think that would be a great fight. With that being said, I still don't think it's the best fight that Tyson Fury could take coming out of retirement. I'm sure many people would agree with me when I say, just give him Anthony Joshua. We've been waiting so long, they've had beef for years, and I still believe that fight could easily sell out any venue, especially Wembley Stadium. It's a fight that the fans will love, it's a fight that casuals will love, it will do great pay-per-view numbers, and I think it's the best way to send both fighters off for good. One more big payday, the one that we've been waiting for for way too long. It just needs to happen at this point. And I think this would be another very competitive fight. They're both coming off losses. They'll both be very motivated to beat the other person, to prove after all this time that they are better. I think Tyson Fury will be stepping in and out, throwing the jab, throwing the 1-2, and Anthony Joshua will be trying to time a counter punch that can put him away. And after all the talk for the last 6 or more years, this could be an absolute war, and eventually these guys could just say screw it and go for each other's heads. And although Anthony Joshua lost his last fight, he proved that he will do anything to secure the win, and he will fight to the bitter end, which is something we didn't quite see from Tyson Fury against Oleksandr Usyk. And unlike Daniel Dubois, I don't think Tyson Fury will have the knockout power to put Anthony Joshua away. So if Anthony Joshua is able to get Tyson Fury in a corner, I would favour Anthony Joshua to win the fight. We've never seen Tyson Fury knocked out before, but at this stage in his career, I feel like there's a better chance of it happening. But at the same time, Anthony Joshua is older. He's just been stopped by Daniel Dubois. He's not the same AJ of old. And in terms of technical boxing, you'd probably favour Tyson Fury. So the winner of that fight very much depends on what kind of pace they would go at and who is able to find their rhythm first. But at the end of the day, if we do just see an Usyk trilogy and then he retires again, then it'll be a bit disappointing, but I'll still watch the fight. It would still be really good. It just wouldn't be as satisfying as a Joshua fight would be, or a Dubois fight would be. I wouldn't be as interested in seeing the trilogy when the first 2 fights had the same winner. I'd rather see Fury against someone we've not seen him against before, someone who the fans can get behind, and someone that can really get the mainstream media invested, because that's what British boxing deserves. So those are my thoughts on Tyson Fury's return. Please let me know down below what you think as well. Who would you like to see Fury against? And out of the 2 suggestions I made, do you think I made the right call? Who do you think would win? And again, I'd just like to thank everyone for the support on these last 2 videos. It's been really moving to see the response, the messages people have sent me, and I'm back more motivated than ever, and you're going to get some good content this summer. So thanks again, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.